Hey everybody, it's December 31st, 2010. It's the end of the year, New Year's Eve. Tomorrow begins a brand new year. This is going to be a little bit of a long-winded video because there's a lot of things I want to cover. Um, One of the things I want to do is talk about 2010, the year in review for myself. Um, I also want to talk about the Shakeology cleanse that I just did recently for the second time. And I also want to talk about no excuses that I've had. Sit back and enjoy because this is going to be a little long, but I guarantee a lot of you will benefit from this, and there's a lot of you that need to hear these things too. So, quick recap: 2010 was a huge year for me. I mean, you know, um, a lot of people are just like me. You start out every new year in January. Your New Year's resolution is to get fit, get healthy. I mean, go to any gym. It's packed in January, it's packed in February. By March, where's the attendance? It's going straight down because people give up. They get frustrated. They don't have results. They don't have motivation. They don't have, the correct program. They don't see results. And that's key. If you don't see results, then you get frustrated and you lose interest and you give up. You know, for those of you that have been following me, January I was 320 pounds. Now look at me. I'm about 55, 56 pounds lighter. Um, Part of me is a little frustrated because I could have done a lot more, but I had all those bad habits come back. I went on bad eating binges, got a little lazy with my workouts. But the major difference for me this year was, in the past, like I said, just like anybody else, you start out in January, you get to March or even April, and you've lost 30 pounds or so, maybe more, maybe a little less. And then you just give up. You fall off the quote unquote bandwagon, and you put all that weight back on plus more. I did it in 2009. I lost 37 pounds from January to the end of March, and I felt great. But I got burned out. I had no drive. I had no trainer. I didn't want to pay for a trainer. Um, I started making bad eating choices again, started getting lazy, and eventually I dropped out. And I put back on over 50 pounds. And that's not good. So, like I said, January this year, I was 320 pounds when I weighed myself on, I think it was the 7th of January or somewhere around there, or 5th of January. It was very early January. Um, I got P90X, and I knew it was going to be hard. I wasn't sure what to expect. And by the end of week one, and I promise you this is true, and you can ask anybody that's done P90X, the end of week one, I already felt my energy levels going up. This is not me doing a video to try to say, hey, you got to buy P90X. I'm wearing the shirt, I'm wearing the hat. You got to buy this. This is what you need. It may not be what you need, and that's not what this video is even about at this point. Forget what products I use and what you can buy and everything at this point. This is about just me getting down to the basics with you. So 320 pounds in January. Completed one round of P90X, lost 32, 35 pounds, something like that. Immediately started round two P90X. And I only lost, I think, 17 pounds the second round. And people are like, oh, 17 pounds, that's great. It is great. But for me, it was very frustrating because my bad eating habits came back to haunt me a lot throughout round two. And, but the difference is, I kept going and I still lost weight. I made a lot of bad choices during round two. I really did. But I kept going and I didn't stop and I refused to quit. And I finished round two and I did a week of Turbo Fire. I did the Inferno plan. I dropped 6 pounds, lost 3 inches of my waist in 5 days. I was totally amazed at that. I didn't think that was possible. I knew it was possible, but I didn't know what kind of results I would get. The 6 pounds was great. The 3 inches of my waist blew me away. I couldn't believe I could drop 3 inches of my waist in 5 days. And then I started doing some P90X again, mixing in some Tony Horton 101s, and then eventually I did some Insanity for a while. And I started doing some 5K events, and I even did a 5 mile event, and just was in the best shape of my life. And I every day right now I'm in the best shape of my life. And so let's talk about excuses. That was one of the questions that was posed to me by a good friend of mine. Um, so you know, a lot of excuses people have are, I'm not seeing results, I'm not getting where I want to go, or I don't want to work out, or it's too hard, or I'll do it later. Yeah, I'll do it later. 9 times out of 10, if you say you're going to do it later, you're not going to do it. I mean, that's just how it works. But sometimes you get in a routine, and you wake up in the morning, and this has happened to me many times. I wake up in the morning and I have to do an hour workout. That's what the DVD is it's on tap for the day. It's an hour workout, and I've only got 40 minutes. Well, I don't want to do 40 minutes and then stop and then have 20 minutes left over later. So I will say I'll do it when I get home from work. But I do that when I get home from work. I get the workout done. I don't pass it up. On occasion things happen and you have to pass it up. And sometimes you have to do a double workout the next day to make up for it. And that's okay. But until you've been doing it, at least 90 days, until you've completed 90 days of solid training, don't say you're going to do it later. Because, chances are you probably won't. And if you do, great. That's great. It's really great. But other excuses, I'll do it later like I just covered. It's too hard. Okay, learn to modify. There's moves in P90X that I still can't do 12 months later. I modify them. If you can't jump up and pull your knees up in the air, march in place and pull your legs up high. Or just do little jumps, or do another move that's really hard or something, and substitute it for that move. There's always options. You can't say something's too tough, because you can modify. I don't have time to work out. Okay, whatever. If you've got 20 minutes, 10 minutes, they've got 10-minute trainer out there. They've got 20-minute, TurboFire has these 20-minute HIIT workouts, these 15-minute workouts. Shaun T has a 20-minute Insanity Fast and Furious one. A lot of Tony's one-on-ones are 40 minutes. Split it up into 20, into half. Do half now, half after work. There really are no excuses in my book. In the past, I've had every excuse you can think of. But now I don't believe in excuses. Excuses don't exist in my world anymore. And that's the kind of person I've become. And that's the kind of person that you can become. But you have to want it and you have to do it. I can't go over and make you do it. I can text you every day and say, did you work out? You want me to do that? Hey, I'll do that. But, how do you push past the excuses? Plain and simple, you do it. You don't let them win. I'm too tired, I don't feel like working out. Get up and work out. You'll feel better. Trust me, you will. I didn't want to get up and go do a bunch of cardio this morning. In fact, I sat on the couch for 15 extra minutes, but then I said, you know what? If I don't go do it, it won't get done. It's New Year's Eve. Where am I going to be later? I'm going to be at my, family's house or something. It sounds simple, and it is simple, but yet it's hard. Any excuse that gets in your head, just tell that excuse, go away, shut up, quit thinking about it. If you're sore, okay, go work out anyways. Push through the soreness. Listen to your body. If it says it's too much, back off, but don't just stay in bed. Get up and work out. You get home from work and, if you're scheduled to work out after work, go work out. Don't skip it. That's really all I can say on excuses. Any excuse you throw at me, I'm going to show you a reason why the excuse is invalid. If you're sick, okay, that's one thing. That's not an excuse. That's reality. You're sick. So you got to rest. If you're injured, you got to rest. There's people out there that have MS and have done P90X and become a major Beachbody transformation story. She went from out of shape to in shape, did stuff from her wheelchair. There's a guy in P90X Plyometrics that has a prosthetic leg, and he does plyometrics better than I can. I mean, there's no excuses. There really aren't excuses. Excuses are just your way of saying I can't. And I can't doesn't exist in my world anymore. You know, Tony pounded in our heads from day one. Don't say I can't. Say I presently struggle with. Okay? You struggle, you can't get up, you can't do this because you're too tired. Bull. You can do it, you just struggle with getting up and getting out of bed because you're tired. You struggle with getting up and doing this because you don't want to. There's no can't. Get the word can't out of your vocabulary. Get in your head and say, I can do this. I'm going to struggle, but I can. It's just like eating. You know, I still struggle with eating to this day. But my goal is to make more healthy choices than bad ones. And you just have to. If you don't, then you're not going to get your results. So, make healthy choices. Have more good days than bad days. If you have a bad meal, okay, let's talk about bad meals for just a moment, because this is something that I still struggle with. Let's say that you're on a quick lunch break and the line is out the door for Subway and there's a Chick-fil-A right there. Okay, the healthier choice obviously is Subway. But if you go through Chick-fil-A, they have grilled chicken sandwiches. Oh, but you don't like their grilled chicken. It tastes, whatever, rubbery or something. And you say, screw it, I'm going to get a fried chicken sandwich and French fries and a Dr. Pepper. Okay, X the Dr. Pepper first of all. You can get water. Okay? But then you're saying, well, I've still got the fried chicken sandwich on a bun with oil and pickles, and I've got fried French fries. Okay, maybe only eat half and then throw the rest away. Don't let it sit there. Throw it away. Have you made a bad choice? Yeah, but you only did half of it. And you can make up for that the rest of the day, and you can do an extra 20 minutes of working out. There's just no excuses in my book anymore, and there's no can'ts. And you know what? I have struggled all year. I think the max I hit was 57, 58 pounds this year. And I put on back 10 of it, and I've lost 7 of it now. So, it's going to happen. And I'm very fired up, and I'm in my zone again where I'm just going for max results. But I'm going to have a bad day here and there. There's just no way around it. People have them. But it's not about the bad day. It's what you do to correct that bad day. It's how you get past that bad day. If you have a horrible breakfast, a horrible lunch, a horrible dinner, and your whole entire day was bad choices, so what? Keep going. The next day, make it healthier. Maybe make it lower calorie that day. Maybe, just make smarter choices. Eat a ton of veggies the next day and some lean meat or some lean protein. You can make up for a bad day. You just don't want to go into several bad days or several bad weeks, because that's when people get into real trouble, because they get into those ruts and they don't know how to get out. And then they give up, and then they become weak, and then they just start feeling like crud because they've ate bad so much. The Shakeology cleanse, it's a 3-day cleanse, and it's not like these typical cleanses where you're on the toilet all day long every day for, running back and forth to the bathroom all the time. This is about just, 3 shakes, a piece of fruit, some green tea, which I don't do the green tea, and then a small salad with 4 ounces of white protein, and like a very light vinaigrette type dressing. You can find it on Facebook, or if you need the exact details, you can shoot me a message. But the 3-day cleanse is all about just flushing all the toxins out of your body, and it's getting all that crud out of your system that you've been eating, and you're gonna drop weight. I dropped 6 pounds the first time I did it. I dropped 5 pounds this last time because on day 3 I didn't follow the plan exactly due to other outside issues. See, again, but I still made healthy choices that day. I just didn't follow the plan. It's okay. But it's all about getting the mind just really focused and clear. It's like hitting that reset button. And I can't say enough about how amazing that 3-day cleanse is. it just really blows my mind how much more focused it got me. And a perfect example of this is also working on yourself, not just physically, not just working out, but getting some good thoughts going, some good mental thoughts going, even listening to some personal audio about getting your mind right and how to focus and how to keep thinking positive. There's a book called The Slight Edge out there. I'm going to be getting that soon and reading it. I've heard that it's just amazing as well. I was getting fired up and got a second wind in the middle of my sprint on the elliptical in the gym this morning, just thinking about talking to everybody today. And I'm probably going to miss some things in this video as well. But, just don't have excuses in 2011. Get with it. Get on P90X, get on Shakeology, get on something, obviously I recommend this, but just get out there, work out, do your thing. Don't have excuses. Don't let the bad choices overrule the good choices. I'm going to show something here. This right here. This is a half marathon, and this is another half marathon. There's no way that December 2009, I would have said to myself, a year in December 2010, by the end of it, I will have done 2 half marathons. There's no way I would have thought that. But January came, I got the new attitude, I got motivated, I started making healthier choices, started working out, started training hard. 2 half marathons, and they were 28 days apart. This is what you can do. This is what anybody can do if they just put their mind to it and they get out there and they work out and they do it. So, I don't want to hear excuses. They don't exist anymore to me. There's no more excuses. Do it or don't. And if you're ready to do it, then get a hold of me and let's do this together. I will help you get on the same track that I am. And I guarantee you, 6 months from today, so that's what, the end of June. By the end of June, I'll be half this person. I will not look anywhere near like this. So, keep on following, but don't just sit on the sidelines. Get in the game. Do something about it. Do something for yourself. The time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's not, oh, well, let me think about it. Do it. Don't just sit there. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my babbling. I just feel like there are people that needed to hear this, and you know who you are. And that's all I gotta say, man. Bring it. Get in the game and do something. Peace out, yo.